Good morning. Today we are making my love cotton towels, as you know, and happy 4th of July early. Can't believe it's the 4th of July already. Christmas is on its way, girls. So, I have this fabric, some army fabric that I got that I'm going to make a army quilt for Lindsay's husband, because his father was in the army. And so I just thought this was really pretty. Red, white, and blue. Today we're using the small half hexie. So that'll be on sale 20% off. And what are we going to ship? Half hexie pusher? Or what do we push? Lindsay will ship something. So make sure you comment, share, and like. And so today what you need is, of course, a flower towel. This flower towel I get from Sam's Club. I get the ones that are commercial. It's 26 by 29.5. The border fabric is 5.5 by 27.5 because you want to add extra so you can fold it over. You need 2 by 3.5 inch coordinating fabric for your half hexie. Remember that on the rulers, I do have the directions of how to do the rulers. So you don't have to worry about losing your directions. Okay. The pusher is heat resistant, made out of macrolon. And so then you need, of course, a half hexie ruler with pusher, or you can use any of my rulers, it doesn't matter. You need 1 inch strip of fabric. I'm using my 1/2 inch bias tape maker, and a glue pen and a friction pen, scissors, of course, sewing machine. I am using my 90-14 needle because you're going to go through a bunch of layers. And let's begin. So I traced around my ruler, mark my end points, mark my centers. You drop your stitch length to a 2, and you're going to do this first. So you sew with a 1/4 inch foot. You sew to the sew line, 1/4 inch in. Get down to your end point, go 1 stitch across, otherwise there is no, anytime you have a deep V you need the 1 stitch across or else it does not do a good job turning. Okay, I'm just trying to show you. And then you cut it 1/8 of an inch from your sew line, just like you do when you applique. And I'm going to quit. And then you use your pusher, cut through one, after you cut it, cut through the center line only through one only, or you'll have 2 halves. And then you push it, and voila, you've got this. Okay, got that done. So, then what you want to do is you want to find the center. So I made this border fabric 5.5 by 27.5 because this is 26. So let's find the center of my flower towel, which I love these flower towels because they're thick. They remind me exactly what Grandma had on the farm because they're not the chintzy, icky flower towels. So you want to find the center of the flower towel. Also, and I'm going right sides together because I'm going to sew it on the wrong side. Okay, and let's find the center of this. Okay, I've already sewn on the top my half hexies. I centered it and left some on the sides so I can fold it in, okay? Extra on the sides. So let's find the center. Then, if this is directional, you got to worry about it, but this one doesn't happen to be directional. Okay, here's my center right here. I already did mark it. And you're going to sew it like this. Right side of the fabric to wrong side of the towel. And you're going to fold this in so you can, on the sides, so it's all set when you're done. When you flip it to the other side, I like a nice clean bottom. And you can use a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, whatever your heart does desire. I'll just probably use a 1/4 inch. And let's get to the corner, and I'm going to flip it in so it matches really well. Let me move this out of the way. I have tried to use all different towels. I have decorative towels, but Grandma always used, we had a lot of people that we fed on the farm, and we always had flower towels. That's all we ever used. Let me go to the other side. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. And tomorrow is the 4th of July, and I don't think I'm going to do anything. Lindsay's going to go to a movie, I think. What movie are you going to?
The Quiet Place.
Oh, The Quiet Place. And that's with...
The scary one.
What's a scary one? Today she might be going to Beaver. Beaver's got like the best. There's a creamery. The Amish have a creamery. Oh my gosh, they have the best cheese curds in the whole wide world. It is like yum. Yum, yum. My sister lives in Washington, and for a flat of raspberries was $96. That's awful. That's a lot of bucks for raspberries. I thought it was anyways. Not that I'd be outside picking fruit. I do not like dirt. I'm not an outdoor person that likes to be in dirt. Some people find it very therapeutic. It is not therapeutic for me at all. My grandmother loved to be in dirt, and I did not love to be in dirt. I'm going to sew it a 1/4 inch. All the way across. It's such a simple gift. This is a simple gift. It always looks cute. You can do any holiday you want. Great Christmas gift. Shower. lot of flower towels. I love, 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 and then back it up with the flower towels. And cut your little threads. And then all you gotta do is iron it up. Very simple, easy gift. Or just for yourself, just because it looks pretty. Do something to match your kitchen, holiday. And all you have to do is make sure it looks really nice on the bottom. I'm going to leave it so it's just got a little, so it looks pretty on the opposite end. And fold it all the way across and iron it. And Lindsay doesn't want one, right?
Send it to my father-in-law, maybe.
Yeah, send one to your father-in-law. That would be good. That would be good. Charles would like it. Charles is so funny. He's the funniest dude.
Infectious smile.
He's got an infectious smile. He's just funny, funny. He lives in Germany. And he's just funny. Funny, funny, funny guy. Good guy. He was in the service for a lot of years. He retired. From the service. And all you want to do is put this right here and make sure that you fold it on the sides. And let me put some of these on here. And then I'm going to pin it all the way across to make sure that it looks nice, and I don't. I have been in making these cosmetic bags that I made, and I've been making a bunch of those reusable face cloths. I've made like so many of those. I love those face cloths. Oh my gosh, they're fabulous. And I got really good at Sam's Club or Costco. I just take towels and I cut them up. Poor Lindsay, every time she goes to Sam's Club, I make her get a towel. And that, yeah, those are awesome. I absolutely love those. So now what I think I'm going to make is something for my lipstick. I don't know about you guys, but I got a whole lot of lipstick. And then I think what I'm going to make too is something that inside those little cosmetic bags that you can put your toothpaste in. Okay, now what I'm going to do is sew along the side. And I'm going to put on my, no, I won't put that on now. I'll put on my rudder foot later. Make sure you use your walking foot because this is pretty thick.
You're making the snap bag or the pop-up makeup bag?
I'm using the clamshell. And then I'm going to make a smaller. I'll show you that. Oh my gosh, I made the cutest fabric, except it's really hard. I made the small one. That one's hard to turn. That was hard. So I'm going to make a bigger one for my lipsticks because I've made it and I thought there's no way I can fit all my lipsticks in this one, in the medium, because I have more lipsticks than that. And then I'm going to use, let me show you the material. It is directional, and if it's directional, you have to put a seam at the bottom. Is that the cutest fabric you've ever seen? And then I'm going to do striped black and white in the center. And I have the exact matching zipper. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So I made it yesterday. It was a bugger to turn. And I have small hands. I'm thinking if I have a hard time turning it, most people are going to have a hard time turning it. But it was really cute. It was directional, so you have to put a seam at the bottom, so it's... I'll have to... I made one upstairs. I should have brought it down. It's so cute. But when I looked at it, I thought, it's too small. If anybody wants some kits with this, I could make some kits with anybody's family who's in the service. Because I have a whole lot of these flower towels. I haven't figured out the cost yet, but oh my gosh, I love this fabric. And it's really good. I bought a whole bunch from one of my distributors. Because I don't like crappy fabric. I have to have good fabric. Okay, then I took an inch fabric, used my 1/2 inch bias tape maker. And I'm going to glue this. And I will fold it over. I just think this is so pretty. It's just a really vibrant blue, red. I love the stars. Just really, really pretty. My grandmother really made a big deal out of 4th of July. We always had a parade, and she always made these pies. We were in Wisconsin. And so you always took all the farm women, and you had to walk She always had me take the pies to this little place, and they always did pies for the whole city. Of course, the city was only like 100 people, but it was pretty cool. And then they had fireworks. Itty bitty city. But it was tradition. And she had those old pie safes. So when I was on a trip to Castle Rock, I found a pie safe and I had to have it because it reminded me of, we had all those pie safes because they'd make pies, put them in the pie safes because they had little holes so it didn't get all icky. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Castle Rock has this absolutely phenomenal antique store. Colorado. So that used to be fun. And then I had so much stuff in my bus. I think, what can I get? Oh my gosh, I got some stuff in here. And Lindsay was like a Jenga. She couldn't stand any squeaks. She had a squeak, she'd stop and fix it because she couldn't stand the sound of a squeak when we were drive her to drink. And I loved it when we go around a curve. Lindsay thinks that the bus was going to fall over so her little skinny body. Oh, I used to laugh. Oh my God, she was so funny. Oh my goodness gracious, Lindsay Lou. The things we did. Okay, now I'm going to put on my rudder foot. Change my thread to red on top, white on bottom. Love this machine. Oh my gosh, this is like my favorite machine. I love the fact I don't have to oil it because I had a Viking when I was young. And when I have machines I have to oil, I always forget. I'm not so hot at oiling them. There we go. Chain stitch length to a 3. I'm going to move this over to 2 over here. And I'm going to get my stiletto. Turn on my laser. And then you just do a top stitch on both sides. But make sure you wash your flower towels before you put anything on them. They do have a lot of shrinkage. I have every one of these are washed because I wash everything all at once because I buy 12 at a time. Because I really, really love my flower towels. I have so many of them. They're much more absorbent than the other ones, I think, anyways. And they dry faster, and I don't know. I really, really love flower towels. And I couldn't find them for years and years and years. When we lived in Arizona, of course in Arizona everybody's got a pool. You have to have a pool or you die. It was kind of cool because we could see the fireworks from our pool. Remember that, Lens? People started fireworks here last night. My dogs are just scared to death. Except Toby's going deaf, my 15-year-old Sharky. So he wasn't as scared as he normally was, so that was a good thing. Heisenberg, my wiener dog, he was scared to death. He's kind of a wimpy wiener dog anyways.
He's a drama king.
He's kind of a fearful little animal anyways. He's the cutest little jig. I love wiener dogs. Make sure you have the same type of thread if you switch colors on the bottom and the top, or else it won't work. The same, I have Aurifil. And there you have your beautiful flower towel for the 4th of July. God bless all of you. And the winner today, what are we giving away, Lynn?
I'll send something.
She'll send something. You want an address or a G?
Address.
Address. Denise Simonson. God bless all of you. Thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting. We'll see you next week, and God bless.